A question I often get asked is, why is my house not selling in a hot market? Well, I'll tell you, a hot market doesn't guarantee your house is going to sell. And it may not be priced too high. There could be many reasons, but I'm going to break down the top 6 and what to do about them to get it fixed and get your house sold. In the past 180 days here in Bensalem and neshaminy, there's been a lot more expired and canceled listings than there has been even in the last few years. It's starting to tick up. Even with inventory still low, people are still failing to sell their houses. And it's with estate sales, regular sales, for sale by owner, listed with agents. It's pretty much across the board. So what are the 6 biggest reasons and how are you going to fix them? First thing everybody keys in on is the price. And everybody tells you to drop it. Drop your price. Look, a monkey can sell the house if you keep pricing it low enough. So let's not go there. Let's move on to other things you can fix without taking money out of your pocket. Even if that is the reason, it's too easy. Let's look at some other stuff. So what if your price is too low? People aren't trusting these days. If you go into a car lot and you find a car that you know should be priced around $30,000, but it's only priced at around $20,000, what are you going to think? Oh boy, it's my lucky day? Or are you going to think, wait, why are you pricing it so low? What's wrong with it? That's just natural human reaction. Same thing with a house. First, because everything's computerized now, people search within a range, they could just be flying under their radar. The proper buyer could just be, too low for them to see. And the buyers that are seeing it, maybe it's just too much house. And even with accurate pictures, buyers who assume something's wrong, they will assume it's something wrong that they can't see, like the heater, or like an HVAC system to the tune of $10,000, a roof that they just can't tell whether it's good or not from the pictures. Water infiltration they can't see, electrical problems that they don't want to inherit. People may not trust the quality if your price is too low. Why are you giving it away? So look at pricing from both angles. Is it too high? Is it too low? And one sure way to know if your price is too low is if the only offers you're getting are lowballers. That's a dead giveaway. Number 2, specific problems unique to your house. The biggest complaint that I hear from people are odors, smells, when they walk into a house. Neighborhoods change over all the time. Sometimes it's an aging out thing. Some of the younger buyers move in and start to take over, and sometimes that change is also a cultural change. One culture starts moving out, one culture starts moving in. It's perfectly normal. But are there leftover cultural aromas from decades of cooking that the new buyers just can't handle? Do you cook a lot of fish? A lot of fried foods? Do you use very strong spices when you cook? Do you light a lot of candles? Is it a smoker's house? Is there a lot of nicotine? Is there pet odors? Pay close attention to any feedback you're getting, and if necessary, bring someone in, just a friend, to may be able to tell you what you can't smell for yourself, and ask them to be honest with you. This is important. You're trying to sell your house. It may just be as easy as opening up some windows, airing it out with some fans, or you may have to go the complicated route. So, if it's in the carpeting, the furniture, or the drapes, you may have to bring a pro in and steam clean those things. If it's something on the walls, then you may need to repaint. Kills oil-based paint is also a stain blocker. It's made specifically for this reason. Old water stains, I'm telling you, cover up water, but old water stains, covering up nicotine, things like that, that's what this paint is made for. If you want to use air freshener type things, make sure you're getting something that absorbs the aroma and not just masks it up with something pretty. I don't recommend plugins for estate sales or houses that you're not going to be monitoring. They do have standalone odor absorbers that'll actually add a decent aroma, very faint ones, so it's not overpowering. And really pay attention to the feedback on this one. If you're for sale by owner, the buyer may not be 100% accurate or honest with you and open about telling you your house things. So you may want to get a friend to call them. And they may be a little more honest with them, and you can fix the problem so you can get your house sold. Marketing and photos. Don't market your house with cell phone pictures. 99% of those pictures cut off the room and make your house look smaller. Suffice it to say, a picture paints 1,000 words. And you want these pictures to draw people in, not turn them off. And along with good professional pics comes a good write-up. Nice 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath house in a good neighborhood. That's a text. That's not a description of a house. Draw people in with a good write-up highlighting the perks of your house without going overboard. Sell the sizzle. Leave the details for the seller disclosure. For example, newer Train brand heater is the sizzle. Heater model number, blah, 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 installed on date, yada, 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 yada. That's too much. Don't go that far. Number 4 stumbling block. Your house is unique. It could be a white elephant. Now, I'm not talking about cosmetically challenged houses, outdated or something like that. That's not what I'm saying. In fact, I have a whole video on what not to fix when you're selling a house. I'll put a link, I think we're about there. I'm talking about houses that may not match the area anymore, or may seem weird, like a twingle. Twingle used to be a twin house, but when the builder ran out of ground, they had enough for one house, but not a double. They put in one. So it's a fine house, same size as the other ones. It's just weird looking because you expect to see a house attached to it. It's like a row home in the middle of nowhere. For example, your house may be on a wooded lot that can't be separated, a large lot that can't be separated, can't be built on. It has to be maintained by somebody who may not want to maintain it. In fact, there was a recent story down the shore about a house that was a triangle. It was such an odd angle triangle that the roof on the sides was only a foot or so off the ground. It used to be an office, but it's really not functional for anything. It was just kind of this, weird building. It's almost like a landmark down in Wildwood. And, we're getting ready to tear it down, and somehow a group of people saved the thing. What they're going to do with it, I have no idea, because it's just not functional. So the way to fix this problem is within the write-up. So when you or your agent does the write-up, think about the unique things your house offers and what buyer would love those things. And if they love them, I'll tell you, they're going to be more likely to pay a premium. So if you have a lot with a stream going through it, lots of mature trees, somebody with allergies probably isn't going to really, desire that house and seek it out. But a bird watcher would. Somebody who's into gardening, a fisherman, a boater, anybody who really likes water and likes trees, that would be a plus for them rather than being a detractor for somebody else. So make sure you put those things in the write-up. Because what's going to happen is that wording is going to cause Google to do the work for you. The ads that people are running for your listing are going to pop up in front of those people because that's the way the internet works these days. They know exactly what you're into and they show you ads accordingly. Use that to your advantage by putting into your description those key words that set your house apart and make it more desirable to a buyer looking for those specific features, and they will pay a premium for it. Number 5, staging and curb appeal. People either dismiss or love your house right from the curb and as soon as they walk in the door. So there's a lot of videos and articles on this all through the internet, so I'm not going to really belabor the point, but I'm going to give you 2 little nuggets of wisdom. Now there's articles and videos and all kinds of stuff on this subject, so I'm not going to really belabor the point, but I will give you 2 little nuggets of hope. Number 1, make sure you can see the house from the curb. If there's a lot of bushes, try to cut them down. If there's a lot of trees, try to trim them up. You want the house to be visible from the curb. You want it to look nice and neat and clean from the curb. Get rid of the trash cans. Nobody wants to pull up and see a whole bunch of trash cans. If it's trash day and the trash is out front, there's nothing you can do about that. But if it was, put the cans away. Don't leave them out. Second thing is, the door and the doorknob should be clean. The doorknob shouldn't be sticky. Sometimes they get old, they just get a little, sticky to the touch. And they should be well lit and inviting, because if it's nighttime, it should be inviting. The door shouldn't stick, should be nice and smooth to get in. And the first aroma that hits them, going back to earlier suggestions, needs to be one of clean. Not perfume, clean. Clean works every time. Number 6, hover mothering, or helicopter mothering, I think they call it. If you hover mother the buyers and you take them on a tour, you're going to lose them 99 times out of 100. This is your house you're selling. It's not a museum. You're not charging them to come in and have you take them through and show them the bath mat that you installed and the mirrors you put up and the lighting fixtures you put in yourself. Hey, that's great. Many a sale has been lost because the seller thinks they can do a better job of explaining their house, of selling their house, than the agent bringing the buyer in. Even if you're selling on your own, 9 times out of 10, it's an agent who brings the buyer in and winds up getting it sold for you or with you. This is estates, this is for sale by owners, this is any house you're trying to sell. Don't give them the guided tour. The problem is, with every step, you're enforcing that your house, what you did to your house. They need to feel like it's their house. They can't do that when you're reinforcing that it's your house. Let them go, leave them go through. Any valuables should be taken out before you show it anyway. Any weapons, guns, things like that, they should all be removed before you start showing the house so people don't get into them. They won't buy it if they don't feel like it's their house. Let them feel at home. Quick bonus round. Appraisals falling short can be a problem, and it's somewhat common. But what about when an appraisal comes in way higher than the sale price? Does the seller have to eat that loss? Well, check out this video on sellers fighting back. Thanks for watching.